Hello friends, we're mere weeks away from Tears of the Kingdom now, and between the recent gameplay demonstration and that fantastic final trailer, it's not a stretch to say that hype is at an all-time high right now, as it should be this close to launch. While many of my peers are doing fantastic work picking apart the latest trailer for hidden details and secrets, and I very much look forward to watching all of your guys' videos, I thought I would look outside of those and see what new info is floating about that was not shown in those trailers, but instead revealed elsewhere. So let's hop into it. Here are 9 Tears of the Kingdom facts that the trailers didn't tell us. The game's opening area has been confirmed. Nintendo's own official Zelda website states this: Link begins his journey on one of the many mysterious floating islands that have suddenly appeared in the skies high above Hyrule. It's there that our hero will have to gain new abilities before returning to the surface world to begin his epic adventure. So there we have it. Official confirmation. This is something that was oft speculated about already, and it seems the majority of us kind of called it with this one. One of these sky islands, presumably the one that Aonuma was playing around on in the recent gameplay demonstration, will in fact act as our tutorial or starting area, much the same way as the Great Plateau did in Breath of the Wild. New towns, dank caves, and gaping chasms. Yes, this also comes from Nintendo's website. A blurb about the world of Hyrule and how it has changed reads as follows. The sky isn't the only thing that's changed in Hyrule. Familiar locations have been dramatically transformed with new towns, dank caves, and mysterious gaping chasms springing up across the world, all waiting to be explored. Now, we have indeed already seen glimpses of caves, but gaping chasms implies to me something a bit more transformative than just a cave entrance would be. There are likely sections of Hyrule that have been ripped open to create new areas, and I cannot wait to see them. Also, new towns sounds pretty exciting. There were only a handful of actual towns in Breath of the Wild, so I'm happy that we'll get to explore more of them. This bit about Link's new abilities states that we can use the Ascend ability on certain enemies. Here's what it says. Add a new dimension to your exploration with Ascend, which gives Link the ability to pass through solid objects above him, rise up through ceilings, hillsides, and even certain enemies to create seemingly impossible shortcuts. Certain enemies. My first thought was that we'll be able to use this to zip up to the top of a stone talus and strike its weak point, or something to that effect. But some people online have talked about things like swimming through Hinox guts, and frankly, that's just nasty. So let's move on. Okay, so this is the last one I'm pulling from Nintendo's website. According to their Amiibo page, the Wolf Link Amiibo is compatible with Tears of the Kingdom. In Breath of the Wild, we could use this Amiibo to summon Wolf Link as a companion character, but it is not confirmed yet if this is the case here in Tears of the Kingdom again. I would very much like that if it did though. We have seen some of the materials that the other Amiibos drop, which can be used to customize the paraglider, but they haven't yet shown any material for the Wolf Link amiibo. My guess and hope is that we can have our doggo companion back this time around. Ganondorf has used a number of different weapons over the years, and based on the official artwork that Nintendo has unveiled, it seems that this time around he's carrying a very ornate katana of some kind. It somewhat reminds me of an eightfold blade, which is a weapon you can get in Breath of the Wild, but it isn't quite a match. So likely it's a new weapon, maybe one that's even unique to him. The last handful of facts I will share come from a TV ad spot, which shows a few neat details. However, after including these in the script, I have learned that this ad spot was actually leaked and not yet officially released. Some folks who have used that footage or uploaded that ad on their own have already had their videos taken down. So, full disclosure, in the interest of not having the Nintendo ninjas come after me, I'm just going to use other footage and not show that ad on screen. That said, the things revealed here are just minor details. It is still an ad, so there aren't any story spoilers or anything like that, but I did find them interesting enough to include them here. So let's get into it. Flame Gleeok. We've seen this enemy on the Bridge of Hylia a couple of times now, and being a multi-headed dragon, it's been widely speculated that this is a Gleeok. This TV ad spot confirms as much, as we get a shot that shows the enemy's name and health bar. Not only is it a Gleeok, but it's a Flame Gleeok, which implies to me that there are other elemental variations, potentially an ice or electric Gleeok. I don't know about you guys, but I am beyond ready to battle these dragons. In that same ad spot, we get a shot showing Link skydiving over central Hyrule. This shot gives us a good look at Hyrule Castle up close, showing that it's actually not the entire castle that has been lifted up. The lower levels of the castle, such as the lockup and guards chambers, up to about the first gatehouse, are still on the ground as usual, while the upper portions, including the second gatehouse, Zelda's room and study, and sanctum, are all elevated now. So there's a chance we can explore those lower sections of Hyrule Castle earlier on in the game, and maybe have to find a way to reach those upper sections later. Or maybe that's where Ascend will come in handy. We'll see. That same shot that confirmed the Flame Gleeok showed us that at that point, whoever was playing had 17 hearts in one row. Zelda games always have 2 rows of hearts, meaning that Tears of the Kingdom will total at minimum 34 hearts. 34 is kind of a strange number to cap it at. Breath of the Wild allowed a total of 30, so I'm thinking that it's more likely will go up to 40, but that's speculative. 34 is the very minimum though. And finally, we get a sense of how deep underground these caves are. In the recent gameplay demonstration, we learned that coordinates are now displayed on the minimap, which shows our longitude, latitude, and altitude. It's that last one that's important here. In the same ad spot, there's a shot showing Link exploring a cave underground, which looks like the same cave that we saw in the February trailer, or at least one with some similarities. And the coordinates showing his elevation are -479. For reference, in the recent gameplay demonstration, when Link first lands on one of the sky islands, his altitude is at 529. That's one of the lower islands, as later it goes up to 1,559. The ground level in Hyrule, meanwhile, is roughly around 0, depending on where you are. We see it at about 18 here when riding around the Dueling Peaks stables, and then at about 8 here when Link returns to the surface of Hyrule and lands in the Squabble River near Proxim Bridge. So that means this cave is almost the same distance underground as these sky islands are up above. That's a huge distance below the ground, and it frankly gets me excited for just how sprawling and huge these caverns will be. And that's it, friends. There's 9 details about Tears of the Kingdom that the trailers didn't tell us. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you thought of these and which one was your favorite down in the comments below. Make sure to stay tuned for more Tears of the Kingdom and other Zelda content, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Cheers! Thank you all so much for watching. Before we end this off, I just wanted to say thank you to the lovely people who supported me on Patreon or here on YouTube as a channel member, including but not limited to Grey Mage, Brenda, Tetra, Callie, Hylian West, Justin, Midnight Naomi, and Bunny. Thank you all so much for the support and for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Bye-bye.